there was those years that you were qualifying fastest, and you had your reasons that didn't go your way, but you've shown such remarkable resilience and you've always had the consistency. But I was blown away with how strong the field is. Like you were one of the guys that mostly got through Q1. I know there were some times you went to Q2, but looking at the results, like, the guy that won the championship almost had as poor result as your worst result, and that speaks to something. Like, how does it feel reflecting now on third overall in the world, especially with how cutthroat it is, with no protection? You could easily
Yeah.
throw away a race or two, even though you're riding incredibly well with like a flat tire or something in Q2.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, when I reflect on the season and look back at, all the races, I'm incredibly proud of how it went. And yeah, I mean, even like you said, like even just qualifying for every race, 10 World Cups with no protection, being, through like Q1, Q2, like the stress, like honestly, the stress of those are something that was completely new to me. Um, so even just to qualify for all 10 World Cups and be in the final every week was already something I was really proud of, and like a big accomplishment. I think, like, I think there was only three riders who finished every finals. Like I think there was only four who qualified for every finals. So like that's already, that's already something I'm really proud of. Um, so yeah, I mean, and then to finish third in the points is crazy. Like it wasn't really something on my radar at all this year, if I'm honest. Like I just wanted to take it race by race. I didn't think about points at all, which I think is the right way for me to kind of go about a season. Um, and yeah, in the end, it ended up better than I expected. So um, yeah, really, really stoked on it. I mean, and also to finish the year strong, because like last season, like 2024, I also had a really consistent, solid year, but the last three or four races like really didn't go well at all, and it left such a like sour taste in my mouth. Even though the season as a whole was really good, I went into the off season pretty disappointed. So I really didn't want to have that happen again. So this year was almost the opposite. I was riding better than I ever have, and had two of my best races ever right at the end of the season. So it's way better to go into the off season like that.
Do you think the way it ended last year fueled you in the off season, and maybe is some of the reason why this year went the way it went? Like it's kind of a catch-22 to end on a high. Do you then get complacent? And if you don't end on a high, you're like more motivated. I mean, obviously you'd rather end on a high. Let's be honest. We all know that. But in a
Yeah, yeah,
weird
of
way,
course.
it gives you a kick in the ass when it doesn't finish too well at the end.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't think it was so much a case of like having more motivation because I was like not satisfied. I think it was more just like kind of a good reminder to like, okay, like let's relax when we get to the off season. Like don't let up. Like, there's only a few more, like especially towards the end of the season. We're racing so late in the year now. Like it's starting to get cold again. Like the weather's starting to. It really feels like, okay, the season's winding down. And I don't know. I felt like like in 2024, I sort of started to relax maybe a little bit, like mentally, like before the end of the season. And this year I just really wanted to stay like focused and disciplined, and just be like, right, let's finish the job here, and we'll really relax when the season's actually done. So yeah, I mean, I think it helps too having like races in North America at the end of the season. For me, I feel like it's a bit more it's a bit more motivating, and I can imagine like for the Europeans, having to like travel overseas at the end of the year. They don't really have to do that ever. So have them having to do that, I'm sure they start to kind of like the motivation probably drops. But for me, it was high. So um, yeah, I wanted to race well at home. So I think that helped.
Yeah, that makes sense. And there was that grueling last stretch. I would presume in a perfect world you would love to do the US Open, right?
Yeah,
You've enjoyed that in
yeah,
the
and I
past,
really
but you
was.
had to make an executive decision there for your energy, right?
For sure. Yeah, and that was actually like I thought I thought about it for a while doing US Open, and I really wanted to. I mean, I enjoyed it last year, and I it was a race that I really wanted to do. Like, and I was bummed to miss it, but I think in the end it was the right decision for me to go home for a week and like, yeah, just prepare myself and rest up and come into those last two World Cups fresh. Like, uh, it's such a being fresh and being like motivated at that point in the season is a huge advantage. So I knew it would. I knew it was the right choice in the end, and I'm glad that I took that week off and was able to kind of save some energy. But yeah, with our schedule, especially like 10 World Cups is a lot of racing. Like it's way more than we've ever done. So when you get to the end of the season, you're not really looking to do any more races. Um, so yeah, it was a hard decision, but it was the right one.